Hello everyone, I am going to dictate you Steno legal matter. Be ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
The learned single judge had held that since new sections had been opened in certain classes with the approval of the inspector and the teachers were appointed in consequence to the opening of those sections, the state could not escape its liability under Section 10 of the Act of 1971. Stop. The division bench, while allowing the special appeals filed by the state, relied upon the decision of the full bench in Gopal Dubey's case. Stop. The division bench, however, directed that since now sections had been created and the teachers were required, the Director of Education would consider the request for sanction of additional posts in accordance with the norms and guidelines of the state. Stop. The direction for the payment of salary to teachers was, however, set aside. Stop. In the subsequent judgment of the division bench in Rajesh Yadav, an intermediate college was granted recognition to teach the subject of education. Stop. The principal of the institution was himself taking the subject. Stop. Upon the retirement of the principal, the committee of management filled up the vacancy. Stop. The papers were forwarded by the committee of management to the district inspector of schools for approval. Stop. The district inspector of schools rejected the request for the grant of financial sanction on the ground that 10 posts had been sanctioned earlier, and since the principal was taking one of those subjects, there was no question of sanctioning any more posts. Stop. When the writ petition was filed, a learned single judge by an interim order directed the payment of salary to the teacher appointed as an ad hoc lecturer in education each month. Stop. In this background, the division bench directed the district inspector of police to consider the matter and to determine whether the post was required. Stop. Upon the receipt of a report of the district inspector of schools, the director of education was to pass an order within a stipulated period. Stop. The division bench directed that the teacher would be paid his salary until the final order was passed by the Director of Education. Stop. The distinction between the operative directions of the division bench in Om Prakash Verma and in Rajesh Yadav was that in the former case, the Director of Education was only directed as to consider the creation and sanctioning of a post, and the order passed by the single judge for the payment of salary was set aside. Stop. On the other hand, in Rajesh Yadav's case, while directing the Director of Education to pass final orders on the request for sanctioning the post. Stop.